So welcome back to another video. I'm doing my intro in the car this Sunday. I was in a bit of a rush to get out of the house. I had a big sleep before I left and I woke up right as I'm about to leave, so all my gear was ready before I went to sleep. So all I done was throw it in the car and I'm off. I'm starting this week a bit different. My 2-year-old's sick, so my wife won't be going anywhere this week, apart from the doctors or the chemist or something like that. So I've got the car, so I'm driving myself into the yard. But anyway, all my gear's in the back. I'll go over that when I get to the truck. I've got to make a stop on the way there. But today, I'm getting back to my usual run, which is loading the B double here in Brisbane, and then taking that direct to Melbourne. Now you guys have only seen me load a road train out of this place, and that was in vlog 1. Vlog 3, which was last Sunday, I went straight to Sydney, so I didn't do my usual run. But now I'm loading the B double there, and the good thing about loading the B double is I get to choose which route I take. With a road train, I can only go out through Gundawindi on the Gore Highway and then onto the Newell down to Melbourne. But now that I'm only loading a double set, I can either choose to go down the Pacific, which we call the Coast Road. The Coast Road goes from Brisbane down through the Gold Coast and then down to Sydney and then on to Melbourne after that on the Hume Highway. Or I can choose to go to Newell. I still don't know which way I'm going to go, to be honest with you. I don't usually decide till my trailers are loaded and connected back up, ready to go. So when I get there, I'll talk about some pros and cons of each highway, and I'll see which way I'm going to go. I really don't know. I'm just pulling into the yard now. What I do when I get here is I drive around in the car and look for my trailers. Today I'm looking for trailers 144 and 134. There's 134. That's my B trailer. Dolly for a road train. And there's my A trailer. So I'm in a bit of a rush because obviously I've got up late, but my truck's just here behind me. I'll go over my gear while I'm putting it in the truck. Then I'll fuel up and get going, I guess. She's alive. Got all my gear on the passenger seat there. The wagon's just in front of me. But what I'm going to do, set the cruise control on. That'll bring the revs up. It'll just keep the truck running. It'll warm it up while I'm putting the wagon away. Come back, organise my gear, then we'll fuel up, hook the trailers up and get going. So I don't really like bringing our family car to work. I don't like leaving it here because Queensland, I don't know if you guys can tell, we've got a tropical climate here. And when it storms here, it storms. Sometimes it hails cricket balls. I don't really like bringing the car here and leaving it here for a week. Out of the rain, time to put my gear away. Frozen food for the week is, obviously, first things first, monsters, chicken and pumpkin pasta, beef chili and rice. Now that one there is another chicken and pumpkin pasta, another chicken and pumpkin pasta. In this basket here, at the moment I've got all my toiletries, Ziploc bags, cooking oil, butane canisters, baked beans and stuff like that. That just lives behind the passenger seat on the bed there. This bag here has my frying pan. This bag's empty. This will just keep my toiletries in it during the week while I'm on the road. So I've got my little carry bag as well. My carry bag, I keep my camera gear. That's my GoPro case. There's my headgear for the GoPro. Pen and ruler. This is my little detailing brush that I use. That's just while I'm on the road. I get into all the cracks and crevices and clean the interior of the truck. My phone charger, that gets plugged into the head unit. My headphones, this is just my headset to talk on the phone while I'm driving. I can answer calls and hang up calls with that, which is awesome. My wallet, my license, I've got spare SD cards in there. Another spare pair of headphones when my headset goes flat. I thought I lost this last week. That's my fuel card for the truck. Just found it in one of my shirts. Luckily, that was the shirt that I wore home on Friday morning, and I forgot to put that one in the wash, so that didn't go through the wash. I got very lucky. The weather's just turned bad, so I'm going to chuck a rain jacket on, get into fueling up, and then I'm going to put the GoPro on the back of the prime mover if it'll stay there, and get some footage of hooking up trailers and stuff like that. The big dilemma when it's raining here is, do I get out of the truck with boots and socks on, or do I jump out with thongs on? My footwear of choice when it's raining, thongs. feet get wet and they dry straight away, boots will stay wet, so will socks. So no boots and socks. So when it's raining and I'm refueling, I've just put the diesel pump in. I always put a rag around the nozzle there just so no water gets down into the tanks. I don't know if anybody else does that, but I'm just paranoid, I guess. I don't want my tanks to get bloody water in them. So the rain's absolutely coming down. I've just finished fueling up. I've hooked up to my A trailer now. I'm gonna go grab my B trailer. I wanted to get footage of hooking up the trailers today. I was gonna put the GoPro on the side of the truck and then hook up both trailers, but I don't want to put it outside in the rain, it'll just fall off. Absolutely soaked. The cab's soaked from me jumping in and out. I'm gonna take you guys on my pre-trip checks just for a bit of a laugh. All right, let's get into it. That pin's all locked in. I have to build the air up in the B trailer before I go anywhere, because it's been sitting there all weekend. That's right. Yeah, I think the water is. That's right. This is horrible. Could have got into the yard earlier, but I didn't know this rain was coming, so I was going to sit here, let the air build up. Oh, that's horrible. My driver's seat, every time I sit on it, the water comes, my ass squeezes the water out of the seat. That's how wet it is. That'll take a couple of days to dry. I don't even know what's going on, to be honest with you. I'm soaked. It's horrible. Anyway, I'm going to do my paperwork while my air's building up in the B trailer, and then I'm going to get going. Finally hooked up, finally going. No point in trying to get any shots of the outside of the truck because I can't bloody see it. But anyway, so what I'll do is I'll stay wet until later on today when I'm actually on the road and I'm not stopping and getting out of the truck and whatnot. That's just so I don't keep wetting different sets of clothes. So when I spoke earlier about which way I'm going to take to go to Melbourne, I was undecided, but now I'm decided that I'm going down the coast road. So the Pacific Highway, I'm trying to shut these engine fans up. So the Pacific Highway goes from Brisbane down through the Gold Coast, down through Coffs Harbour, and then through Sydney onto the Hume Highway, and then down into Melbourne. But I'm going that way now because of this rain. I said it in one of my early vlogs, which I think was vlog 1 that I accidentally deleted last week. But between Forbes and West Wyalong, when there's bad rain, it floods out there. In between there, they call it a lake. It's basically a lake that they built a road straight through the middle of. Whenever they built it, that water comes up so easily when it's raining out there. So I'm going to stay off that road for this week. Another reason why I'm choosing to go down the coast road, down in Melbourne, which is around an hour and a half south of Sydney. By the time I get there, which will be around 5 in the morning, it's going to be 12 or 13 degrees. So I'll go wherever it's coldest, to be honest with you, so I can get the best sleep I possibly can. I have a VS as a bunk cooler in this truck, and for anyone that knows VS's, you know that they don't do very well in hot weather. Everyone says put a bag of ice in it, put some cold water in it. None of that works because the water just heats up before it gets into the system. So that's another reason why I'm going down that way. And it's an easier drive. The Gore Highway that goes from Toowoomba out to Gundawindi is a horrible road. It's a goat track. Every time it rains, new potholes open up on that road. Parts of the road flood. But anyway, the weather's horrible. I'm going to switch this off and focus on the road.
Hey, all good, all good. Oh, man.
I had to take the camera off to finish that reversing job. I hope you guys got a good view of that. But now I'm going to unhook the A trailer from the B trailer, put it on the dock on this side of me, go fill out some paperwork, and then wait here till I get loaded. So I've got my hook, put that in there. You'll see that pin at the front of the turntable pop out, like that. Put my chocks in. There. So I should have done this before I unhooked the trailer and wound the legs down and everything, but I have to check the back of the trailer up against the dock. I have to make sure that it's lined up and that it's not too far away from the dock. If it's too far away from the dock, then I have to hook back onto it and move it in. So I'll check it now before I pull the A trailer out. Yeah, it's about right. Once I open those trailer doors, once they open the trailer doors, their ramp comes down onto the back of the trailer. As you guys can see, I'm absolutely soaked, like there's actual water coming out of these shorts. I'm going to change it to my dry clothes now before I go in there. It just saves me taking my wet clothes in. And I'll see you guys when I come back out. Finally finished loading. I've been here for about 3 hours, but that's alright. It's a big girl. I'm going to put that A trailer underneath the B trailer and get going. So I tried to get a shot of me hooking up the trailers. I tried to put the camera on the outside of one of the trailers. It's too humid here for the suction cup to stick. So I'm going to pull the truck out of the driveway, do my paperwork, and we'll get on the road. So I've checked my weights, all up over the drives and over the 2 axle sets, plus the stair. I'm sitting at around 52 tonne, which is light for a B double. The general weight limit, the general mass limit for a B double was 63 tonne. I've got 68 shet pellets on and 3 Loskims over 34 spaces. And tonight, because somebody said they want to know what I'm hauling, yeah, so I've got a bit of everything. I've got beef. It's all packaged stuff, ready for retail, I think. And it's like garlic beef sausages, Italian meatballs, pickled pork, onion and garlic beef roast, just general stuff. I think it's already retail. That's all good with me. It's nice and light. My next stop will either be Ballina or Yatala. Yatala's on the Gold Coast. Ballina's where I cleaned my windshield in the last vlog. Sorry, in vlog 3. I need to get some AdBlue because we didn't have any AdBlue in the yard. And I'll talk to you guys then. So I've just got to Ballina. One thing that happened when the interior of the truck got soaked is it started playing with the electrics in the door here. So that mirror over there turned itself right around, which is annoying. I'll fix that. But one thing that happened is the window won't go up. So I'm going to open up the dash, which is on that side there, check to see if any of the circuit breakers have popped, and see if that fixes it. So at first glance, what I'm looking for is one of these red switches on top of these breakers to be popped out. It doesn't look like any of them have. It doesn't look like any of them have at all. Which is annoying, because now I think it means that I'm stuck with that window down until it dries out and wants to behave itself. So I'm going to fix this mirror here, because that's what I'm looking at the moment. Absolutely nothing. I'll get that on a fuel up. So I've filled up the AdBlue, put just enough in until I get to our next depot. I've checked the trailer fuel levels, they're sweet. I won't have to fuel them up until I get down to Wodonga. I tried to fix this window, but obviously none of the circuit breakers had tripped, so that didn't fix it. I think it's just have to wait till it dries out and it behaves itself. I might sign off here. There's nothing really to film between here and Coffs Harbour, and it'll be too dark to film in Coffs Harbour anyway. And I'll talk to you guys when I pull up for my 7. See you then. I've just woken up from my sleep. I had about 5.5 hours sleep. I'm stopped here in Beresfield. This is the area that I come through in vlog number 4 when I had the camera rolling. I got some footage of. I like this parking bay on the side of the highway, is when I wake up, I'll run the truck to build the air up and get the truck warm and everything, and then I just send it straight onto the highway from here. I've got about 11.5 hours worth of driving to do today. I'm leaving here at 10:30 in the morning. I need to have an hour's worth of breaks on my way to Melbourne, so I should be there around 11 o'clock, 11:30 tonight. I haven't got much space left on the GoPro, but I'm going to leave the head strap attached to it and turn it on when I get around to the Hawkesbury River and show you guys going down into the Hawkesbury, into the big dip, and then back up out of it. It's a beautiful spot. See you guys then. Just gone past Gosford on the run into Sydney, but this here, we call this the dipper. It's a giant dip in the road. I'll show you guys. So I'm going to jump in this lane to give because this car's going faster than that one. So I'm going to sit in this middle lane to give myself some more space between me and the vehicle in front of me. And then I'll just make sure I don't pick up too much speed going down here. This is why I jumped in this middle lane, because these cars are going slow. Turn the fans on so the truck doesn't get hot. Make sure there's nothing there. And I'll just jump in this lane, crawl up the hill. I'm not all that heavy, so it won't be much of a crawl. The weighbridge is just around the corner, but I'll turn the camera off going through there. I know people want to see it, but I have no interest in filming inside weigh stations and checking stations. Alright, that was the Mooney Dipper. So I'm nearing the Hawkesbury now. But there's a rest area here at the Hawkesbury River. I've got to stop in there because I'm busting to use the restroom. It's a bit of a sketchy rest area to get into, to be honest with you. But it's on a steep downhill, and you got to pull up quick when you get off the highway. So I'm on the brakes now, slowing it down for when I go into this rest area. It's a short run off this ramp here. So this is the Hawkesbury River all around us here. Yeah, now I've got to find somewhere to park. Try not to hit any of these cars. I should have just parked over there. I don't know if I'm going to find a parking spot here. What's this bloke doing? Nobody's in that truck, so I might just park him in for a sec. Got to make this turn going this way. Alright, back on the road. I hope you guys can see the view, but this it's why I turned the camera on here. It's beautiful here. Turn the fans on so the truck doesn't get hot. it's a long run up this hill here. It'll take me the next 5 minutes, 10 minutes to get up there, I'm not sure. I have to stop around 3:15. It's about 11:45 now, so I've got 3.5 more hours before I have to pull over for 15 minutes. I should be around Maroolin, even further than that I think. I'll be down near Goulburn somewhere, maybe Parkspawn, but I'll talk to you guys then. So there's been a crash down in Menangle and the Hume highway is closed. I've pulled over and had a look at Live Traffic New South Wales, and they're telling me they're telling all heavy vehicles to take Narellan Road out to Appin and then out past Wollongong and up to Picton Road. Now I've never been this way, so I'm going to get some footage as I'm going out here, but my GoPro hasn't got much space left on it, so there'll be short clips. As nervous as I am going down new roads and whatnot, going down new roads that I haven't been down with, especially having a B double on, a part of me does like seeing new parts of the world, so I'm half nervous, half excited about taking this detour. So I've never been past Wollongong before, so that'll be good. There's a news crew over where the road's closed here, so it must be a pretty bad accident. I dare say it'll be a fatality if they're out here having a look at it. I'm starting to get nervous because I'm about to go into places that I've never been before, but I've got directions from the New South Wales Live Traffic website. Yeah, it must be serious. I'm officially in uncharted territory. I'm coming up to the second road that the government website told me to take, which is Appin Road. Nervous as anything, I have no idea where I am, but I'm just following instructions. After I get off this detour, when I get into some familiar country, I'm going to have to pull over and wind down for a bit, I reckon. My nerves are right up there at the moment. It's just a part of the job, and that feeling, even though I'm still pretty new, I've figured out that feeling of being nervous going into new places never goes away. It's just something that we have to deal with. Alright, now I'm on Appin Road. Appin, however you say it. One thing when I'm nervous in situations like this, I always turn this bloody thing off. I don't know if you guys can see, but that's my UHF. Because all that happens is truck drivers talk, and everyone's saying go this way, everyone's saying go that way. And no one really tells you where to go. That's why I pulled over right before I got to the back of the line of the traffic and had a look at my directions. Because last thing I want to do is follow someone else's directions and get myself into trouble, get myself into a sticky situation. That'll be horrible. A good sign so far is that I've got other B doubles coming towards me. So that's a good sign that I'm on the roads, that I'm on roads that I'm allowed to be on. So an update, I'm just coming into Appin now. Feels like I'm in residential, but I dare say this is an old road that trucks have always used, and then they built these houses right next to it, so I'm not really all that worried about it. So I'm in the centre of Appin. My next direction is telling me to take a left, probably where the SRV truck's going, to continue on to Appin Road, to continue on Appin Road out to Wollongong. So I'm not far to go. I think I've got another hour left on this diversion. Not many trucks coming this way, so I think everyone tried to sneak around another way. But that road there is Winton Road. That will take me up to where I need to go, which is Picton Road, but I'm pretty sure we're not allowed that way. And there's no way I'm going to risk it, because last thing I want is for the boys to be sitting on that road waiting for cheeky little truck drivers like myself to try and sneak up there. So I'm about to hit the M1, the Princess Motorway. I'm hoping I can see the coastline from up here, because I'm pretty high up. See, that goes back to Sydney. This must be the M1 here. Yeah, that looks like a main highway. Wow, what a view. I wish I could show you guys a better view of this, but it's amazing. I had no idea that Wollongong was so big. Wow. Alright, now I've got to figure out where I'm going. Alright, now my nav man, now my maps, because I've reached the M1, it's now taking me to Picton Road, which is, and Picton Road goes straight across the Hume Highway, so once I get onto Picton Road, I just keep going until I hit the Hume, and then I'm going to carry on straight down to Melbourne. I've got my UHF turned on, just for anybody that's going the other way that might want to know, that hasn't been that way before, and they might want to know where they're going. But I think if you come out this far, I'm pretty sure you'd be alright. So I'm taking the exit to Picton Road. And now this road, Picton Road, goes all the way out to the Hume. So live traffic said that the crash was between Narellan and Picton Road. Narellan being the road that I come off the Hume on, and Picton Road being the road that I'm on now. So I'm hoping, well, it should be accurate, but I'm hoping I don't get out to Picton Road and it's on the southern side of Picton Road. But we'll see what happens. I'm loving this road at the moment. I wouldn't argue against coming back out this way, because this road's awesome. It's from what I can tell, we're up on top of a ridge, so the same as that Appin Road that I just come off. But there's views both sides. I can see all the way out to these ranges. It's amazing. But it's 100k all the way through here, so I'm having good fun. I haven't had as much fun for a while. But I think I'm about 20k's from the Hume Highway. So basically I've done a 100km detour out past Wollongong and then back doing a huge block all the way out from the Hume to back out to the Hume. That's alright, it's part of the job. Alright, so I'm getting close to the Hume Highway. I can tell because we're not on the ridge anymore. So that's the road that we weren't allowed to come down. From Appin back there, Winton Road, that's that road there. Turns into Armand Street. And the Hume should be just up here somewhere. This should be the Hume Highway right here. So the crash will be just north of us somewhere here, I'm not sure where. I turned on the FM radio and listened to what was going on, and apparently there's a couple fatalities, which is sad. Whenever somebody dies in a truck crash, whether it's the truck driver or whoever else is involved in the crash with the truck, it's a wake-up call for everybody that we all need to be safe. The Hume Highway is in 1 kilometre. Narellan Road, where we got diverted off, is only probably 20k's that way. So we've done 100k's to come 20k's up the road and chewed a bunch of time. Alright, here's the Hume. Well, I could pull over here for 15 minutes actually. Yeah, I'm going to pull over. So I'm going to pull over here for 15 minutes. Because I need to anyway. So I don't go over my hours from yesterday. I'm going to jump out, grab a thumbnail for the video, I think, and then I'll get back up it. Now I've got 4 hours before I have to pull over for another break. I might stop up at Marulan, otherwise if I can get down to Wodonga, our Wodonga depot, then I'll go all the way there. Because I've already wasted enough time. I should have enough time to get to Melbourne. I should get to Melbourne with a couple of hours left, so. So I just stopped here at our Wodonga depot, just filling up both trailers, filling up this fuel tank here, and the one that you guys just saw me fill up on the A trailer. I've got to stop for a bit before midnight, just so I don't go over my hours, just so I don't go over 14 hours between midnight and midnight. A lot of you guys keep asking me to touch on the logbook rules and everything like that. It's not really something I want to do because I don't want to give out misleading information, even though I know how to run my logbook and I've got an app to count my hours for me. I don't, it's kind of like it's kind of something that I don't think I'm qualified to talk about, so you might have to find that information on Google or something like that. But once I've finished fueling these trailers up, I'll turn them back on, because we can't leave them running while we're fueling them up, because it puts air in the system and it shuts the trailers off. So I'll turn them back on, then I'm going to park up here for a couple hours, have a feed, I think, have a shower, then get back on the road in Melbourne. Alright, put this in here, put that on for, I reckon, 8 minutes. Then I'll run and have a shower and try and beat it back before it finishes. And that's that. Another trip down. All I've got to do now, so I've dropped the trailers, all I've got to do now is hand my run sheet in so payroll knows what I've been up to for the last week. And that's it. And again guys, thank you all for your support so far. The channel's growing like crazy. It's like me and my wife go on about it constantly, about how we can't believe how much it's grown in the last few weeks with these vlogs. But I'm really enjoying it. I really am. And I'm enjoying interacting with you guys in the comments. Like, I'm enjoying talking to truckies from all over the world. I mean, I had one bloke commented from Qatar. I get a bunch of you guys from the UK, from the States, and asking about the trucks and our routes and all these little details that I'm still learning that I need to go into detail with things, but that'll come. Seeing as this is only vlog 5, I'm still learning and everything, so we'll see how we go in the future. Again guys, like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate all your interactions. The next one will be up on Friday, 5 PM. Catch us on the next one. Cheers.